Yo, what up? It's JBJR and...
Hey, what's up, man? It's Matt Sawicki. How you guys doing?
Doing good, brother. This is episode 30 of Fruit of the Boom podcast.
Keeps getting bigger every time we do it.
I know, right? So today, we have my man, the legend, dope-ass designer, dope-ass producer, my man, Tech Supreme. How you doing, brother?
I'm good. How you guys doing?
Doing great.
Well.
Doing well, man. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Oh, man, my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, man.
Absolutely. So, matter of fact, just go ahead and explain to you and everyone out here what the show is about. I'm going to let Matt take that over.
Hey, so yeah, we're a podcast. We come out every Monday. We talk about producers, engineers, and DJs, all the people behind the scenes in the hip-hop and rap community, kind of like that don't get their time to shine. And we get people out and we talk to them, kind of get you their backgrounds, give you a little, story of their lives so that you can kind of catch the flavor of some different people,
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, yeah, man. So, then that's why we got my man Tech Supreme on. Like I said, definitely a local legend in many realms. So, we want to have my man on go ahead and explain his history. Everyone gets to know exactly who he is and learn everything you need to know about this brother. So we're going to go ahead and start off with the quintessential question I start with everybody.
It's JBJR's main question. Okay.
Main go-to question.
Drum roll.
There we go. Which is, how did you get into music production?
Okay. That's a good question.
My mother ask it first every time.
Yeah. My mother is a singer, and I grew up in New York and New Jersey.
Oh,
Nice.
shit.
She was always in the studio when I was a kid, and she had songs on the radio. She did like a lot of house music, vocals. So I remember listening to the radio and hearing her song and seeing equipment all around the house. So
Yeah.
I guess kind of was gravitated towards it as a young age. But then I kind of didn't want to do it. And then one day I started having these recurring dreams when I was like 13, 14, that's what I wanted to do, was make music.
Nice.
So it kept on bothering me. And then one day my brother came with a little keyboard, a little Casio keyboard with the speakers on top. It had 5 tracks. And you can program it and make songs, but you had to step edit it with notes.
Oh, shit.
So whole, quarter, half, 16th. You have to do the entire song that way. And that's what I did. That's how I learned how to produce. So you had to hit the key and then hit the note, and then the wait note, like how long it's gonna wait before it triggers again. And that's how I would build whole songs.
Holy
I learned how to make beats a very complicated way starting out. And even our first song that we recorded, when I moved to St. Louis, that's when I really became a producer. I was probably 15. So I really got into it, and I hooked up with this guy in UCD High School named his name was at the time Thunder. He went by Young Thunder. And we started making songs. We went to Clayton Studios in 1999 was my first session.
Holy shit.
Oh,
And
shit.
it was actually a funny date that I'll never forget. It was actually September 11th, 1999.
Oh, wow.
So the reason I couldn't forget it because we had a demo tape from it and had the date on it. And after 9/11, I was like, oh shit, that was that day.
2 years before that.
Yeah.
Damn.
And we were in high school and we were broke, so we had to. It was $75 an hour.
Yeah.
I think his name was Adam Long.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
word.
he recorded
it. That's the man.
Yeah. And we pulled our money together, 5 of us, and we made a song. It was terrible.
Nice.
But that's,
Adam Long had his long socks and his shorts and then he's looking like a total nerd, but then is like the killer fucking hip hop engineer.
Yeah. it was a good time. So that's kind of how I got into it. And I was rapping it first.
Yeah.
And I was rapping next to the Thunder. And the Thunder was in Honors English with Cash.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys remember Thunder.
Yeah.
He raps really well. And I was rapping next to him and I rapped okay. So I was like, well, I'm only one with the keyboard. Let me make these beats. And then the beats were kind of good. And he was rapping on them and I was rapping on them. And then eventually I was like, you just rap on them.
Yeah.
Like, you're better. And that's when I focused on being just a producer.
Oh, that's awesome.
Nice.
Early age.
Started
Nice.
with a Casio, huh?
It was Casio. It was
Fuck
terrible.
yeah.
Damn.
Speakers
That's-
on top.
Well, hey, I think that's really interesting that you kind of learned musical theory on a level that people don't really think. I mean, I don't even think about quarter notes and 8 notes and shit really when I'm doing beats.
When I discovered the Roland XP80, I was like, this finna be a breeze.
Yeah.
All I gotta do is press record and play it. It's finna be a breeze.
Nice. That's
Nice.
incredible, man.
So my man straight learned music theory in the most obscure way,
Yeah.
but it fucking worked though.
Yeah.
Oh man, I bet that's put you on a real front. Get a good foundation.
Maybe.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
I mean, just makes you think in a different way than I think people are ever thinking at that level. You know what I mean? When
Yeah.
first
Yeah,
starting
for
out,
real.
Yeah.
But that's really tight. So what did you move on to, like, machine-wise since then? I mean, or you said the XP80 was your...
Well, it started with the Casio, and then I used to when I got to college. I didn't have a car. I used to just beg people to take me to Guitar Center and Mars at the time. Mars specifically.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
On St. Charles Rock Road. Oh my God.
That place was loaded.
So I would go in there with a floppy disk.
Okay.
And sit up there for like an hour or two, and they wouldn't bother me, and I would like make beats on it.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, I met this Kappa guy who had a studio in his basement.
Yeah.
And I've been doing the Roland XP80 because that's just what I gravitated towards.
Yeah.
And he had one, so then he let me fuck with that.
Yeah. You're
so then and that's before I had my own equipment. And then all my friends thought I was crazy because they was like, "Dude, you don't have a car. You want to spend a couple $1,000 on a keyboard,
but you ain't got a car."
I'd rather do that though. You're
right.
like, I'll get around.
Well, shit. I mean, I guess somebody could tell you that a car can help you make money, but fuck, I think you could make money in a better way with a keyboard. You know what I mean? I mean, if that's what your goal is, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it happened. I got a keyboard as soon as I was able to. When I went to Guitar Center Mars, they didn't have the Roland XP80 anymore. It was the first year that they stopped making the XP80.
Oh, okay. No.
So then I had to get the Roland Phantom.
Oh, shit.
And I still have it to this day. And it still works. And
nice.
Still, like
Phantoms
the very
are great.
first year of the Phantom. It's not even a Phantom X or it's just like the first Roland Phantom.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But they're nice. It's all metal,
it's all
isn't
metal.
it? Yeah, those things are great.
Yeah.
Tanks.
Yeah. I don't use it primarily anymore, but I still have it in my studio.
Hell yeah. What do you use now? What are you in?
Akai Advanced 61.
Really?
So I use the MIDI controller, and then I use Ableton.
Yeah, Ableton. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I
Yeah.
was thinking you were saying for a second that you were saying that you was that was like an MPC that I didn't know about or something like that.
No. What I used to make music in a really weird way then when I had the Phantom because I was using the an MPC, Akai MPC 2000 XL, and I felt it was limited. I know everyone like was at the time in like 2001, 2003. Everyone was like, you had to have this.
Oh, this is how Kanye makes those.
It's how Kanye's make the beats. So, and I learned it and I got well on it, but I just didn't like how limited it made me feel with the sampling. And I didn't have the SCSI. Remember the zip drives?
Yeah, oh yeah.
I didn't have that shit. So I figured out that I can compose because it was a multi-timbral keyboard. I could compose all on the Phantom. And it had expansion slots so you can get new sounds.
Yeah.
I'm really big on new sounds. So I can do all that there. I can record each track individually into my computer. And at the time I was running Fruity Loops. I would load it all into Fruity Loops and then sequence it then and then add my drums in then.
Yeah.
And I was in heaven.
Nice.
After that. Yeah. Because basically gave me everything that I was getting with the MPC, but just unlimited drum space.
Right.
And I don't have to lose a jog wheel, pick out the drum sound, then sample it in, and doing all that shit.
And build a fucking kit and all that dummy stuff.
Oh God, I'm so glad it's over.
Man, I don't blame you, dude. I think I made the move from Fruity Loops to MPC, but then back real fast.
Oh yeah.
I think I just really wanted to try and like. At the time, I didn't feel like I could figure out how to do Fruity Loops live, and I was really wanting to like play my shit or something like that. But now I think that's a lot better.
At the time, and I think this was before plugins was a really like mainstay.
Yeah,
I just didn't like the Fruity Loop sounds.
Sure,
like they just weren't good enough to me.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say this because I'm still FL head to this day. And I don't use any of the stock sounds.
Yeah,
like I don't. Like I don't. Like it's like.
All we had back then was sound fonts. That was the big thing.
Sound fonts,
and
the sound fonts are even that good. Now, if you find some sound fonts online, whether you buy them or get them, however you get them, then it makes shit a lot better. But the stock shit,
I wasn't rocking with it. So I was like, if I use this Roland Phantom and the drums, I'm good.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And then you're already fucking tracked out and everything. You don't have to worry about like getting studio time somewhere or tracking all your fucking shit to some place. Or, you got it all. You're already done.
Yeah.
Here you go. Here's an email or a disc, CD, probably at that time.
Yeah. I was in love with Fruity Loops since the moment I saw it. Me and Thunder went to Vandalism's house for the first time I ever met him.
Shout out to him.
Shout out to Vandalism, and he was Fruity Loops 3, I think, something like that. And I was just like, this is fucking genius. Like, why am I not using this?
Right.
So then I went home and downloaded the legal version.
Yeah.
Because I've never paid for Fruity Loops ever in life. It's terrible. I don't know too many people who have, though. Like, maybe now. But, okay.
At this point, a lot of...
Everyone starts looking around. Like,
at this point, I think a lot of people do. I mean, I ended up buying it, man. I ended up buying, what was that, 10? I just said, fuck upgrading, because I'm like, nope. Because I just, the new updates, no. I'm good. I'll stick with my 10.
We wanted to try it on on Mac, so we bought a license to try the alpha or whatever to try it out to see if it would be. It's the only reason I ever bailed shit from Fruity Loops is because I had to use it on a PC, and my computers that I make music on were like public. They were like, here at the studio. So, any knucklehead could come in and like start fucking up my PC. I couldn't protect it when I'm not here, So I came in one day and it's all my shit's all fucked up because somebody got it all virused out, and it's it's like, thanks guys. This really sucks.
Yeah.
This is my working computer.
Fuck. Fuck that.
So I bailed for Machine because it was Mac, and I wish they would put some more effort behind the alpha, but whatever. That's on their terms.
Yeah.
Shit, they'll make a killing with that. Just go ahead and do it. I mean, hey.
So you're in there with Ableton. How are you digging it?
I love it. I went from Fruity Loops to Reason. Trifecta got me on Reason.
Sure.
And I loved that. But they also, a lot of the processes weren't as easy as it was with Ableton. I didn't know that then, but I had a producer, DJ friend, Parisian. I don't know if you guys know Parisian.
I don't know.
He's amazing. One of the best producers I've ever.
Nice.
Yeah, but I always shout him out. He's just next level amazing, and too many people don't know his name that they should.
Sure.
But he came over to my crib and he was like, he's familiar with my music, and he was like, "Yo, you need to do Ableton." And I didn't really fuck with it. But then I looked at it and it looked like a foreign language, and it took me about a year before it clicked one day.
Yeah.
And then everything's Ableton ever since.
Nice.
And this was before Reason was doing plugins, because at the time Reason's this new update, they're doing plugins like to this year.
Yeah.
Before they had their own sound banks, and they had good sounds. It wasn't perfect. But then I discovered plugins and VSTs, which I had never used before.
Sure.
And I love that shit.
Yeah.
I'm all about it.
Right?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And then the new version of Pro Tools still doesn't use VSTs, and it's very frustrating because it's like, fuck, man, there's like certain sounds I just want.
I think that's the reason why I probably stuck with FL so long, because when it was like just the VSTs, like just the ease of use, I could just pull and just. I think that's probably the reason why I stuck with him for so long.
Yeah.
But I do want to try Ableton.
I love Ableton.
I definitely want to try Ableton. Though.
There's nothing that I can't do in Ableton. Like even the stuff that I would do in Reason, it would take me 3 or 4 steps in Reason, because it's it's got to flip the interface, you got to plug this and plug that, and that's fun and all.
People like that. I don't think that I care about that at all. I'm like,
fuck that.
Isn't that why we're in a computer, guys?
Yeah.
Pretty much, right?
Yeah. So it's cute and all, but Ableton, one click and drag, I'm done.
It's cute. I love it.
So.
Reason, it's cute.
It's cute. It's cute. Like. But yeah, I've made some of my biggest records in Reason, so I'll never.
So then, and just know that it's all love.
It's all love,
That's great, man. So, tell us about some of your biggest records.
2009, Finger in My Nose was my first big record.
Okay.
With Corey Black.
Shout out to Corey.
That was the first time I heard my song on the radio consistently.
Nice.
Not just like one off,
time.
You know what I'm saying? But like, it's consistently. And then a few months later, Show Stealers happened.
Hell yeah.
With Tef.
Shout out to Tef.
And that was the second time that I heard my record on the radio consistently.
Right.
And they were even using that beat for like the interviews in the morning and stuff like that. They would in the news in the morning.
I remember that.
Yeah, that was.
I definitely remember that.
Good checks, hopefully, right?
No. No checks. Because I think it was like, I don't know, not long enough to when that happened.
Damn.
And it wasn't like regular rotation. It was just like mix show for sure, like during the weekends. And
you would think that there'd be somehow that would get BMI'd or some shit.
Yeah. So no checks.
Bummer.
Damn.
That was the first couple. I've had more like records before that.
Yeah.
2007, I got the Riverfront Times Producer of the Year.
Yeah.
So I put a compilation out early that year, and I was doing the show with Trackstar and Finsta at Blueberry Hill.
Fuck yeah.
Integrity, where I met Trifecta actually.
I think that's where that was the first beat battle I ever went to. Was it in the Elvis room?
It was
or a couple times.
It was a couple times in the Elvis room.
Yeah,
we tried to mostly do the Duck room, but then near the end it was mostly Elvis room.
Sure, I probably came. I remember I went one time, and I don't remember really. Maybe I went a second time, but it wasn't like. I don't remember going for a year or anything like that.
Oh yeah. It didn't last too long, but. It was a good time.
Hell yeah.
I met really good people during that time.
Right? That's what I'm saying. Like all those people that every single person that was there is like seems like it still does hip hop in a very awesome way.
Yeah, it was a good time. Any other records? There's records out after that, but those were the tipping point locally for me. Like
sure.
I don't. Yeah, can't think of anything else.
Yeah.
I have hundreds of records, but those are the first thing that pops in my mind when I think of Tech's biggest records.
Sure.
Nice.
Soul Stealers and Finger My Nose. The first 3 Tef albums were big. For us, they are exponentially grew the brand.
Sure.
And of course, each one had a record. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. So, question. So, I know also you got into the beat battle scene at one point in time, like as you just explained. So, I know you did Big Tune.
I've only done 2 beat battles ever. And I'm not a beat battle guy. Like, I understand the nuances of it,
Sure.
right? Like, you can't just bring a beat. You have to set it up.
Exactly.
Like, it has to be...
Oh, this has to be a battle beat.
It has to be a battle beat. That's
This
a
can't
big,
be like a
huge
rap
difference.
record. Yeah, this cannot be a record. This has to be a battle beat.
It has to be a battle beat. I did Red Bull Big Tune because Red Bull asked me to.
Nice.
Okay.
Like, and all right, Red Bull wants me to do something.
Fuck
I'll do
yeah.
it.
Fuck yeah.
Red Bull will put you on with some music,
Hell yeah.
They actually gave me a check, a sponsor check for my first compilation.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah, and they didn't want me to. They didn't like, don't worry about putting our logo on it or anything like that. You're
Just
good.
keep making
Just
music.
Here's $500.
Wow.
I was like, oh, cool.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's
so,
awesome.
Yeah, we had a relationship, so I just kept that. Just went there and had a good time. I got to semifinals, I think, or something like that.
Yes, you
Nice.
did. Yes, you did. I remember that.
Yeah, I hate when people dance on stage when their beats play. And I think I made the crowd laugh because I would just sit up there like arms folded, and everyone's doing like the little dance and the little shit, and I was just like, yeah,
Debo.
it's a fucking beat. If you like it, clap. Like, it burns
Hell
me
yeah.
out.
But I remember, I think you played Show Stealers there.
I did. I cheated a little bit.
You put some vocals on?
No, I didn't. I didn't.
just the beat for
But
it?
like a lot of people knew what record it was, so like
Hell
they were
yeah.
like, "Oh shit!" Like it was
Hey,
fun.
look,
There you
Trifecta
go.
did government name, so
Yeah,
hey,
he
don't
did.
worry. So fuck it.
He was on the same page.
Right? You both came loaded.
Ace card.
So outside of just local stuff you ever did anything like with any kind of like any big name placements, or are you looking to do big name placements?
At one point, I did a song with Nappy Roots.
Okay.
I did
Nice.
Felon from Houston, and he was on Rap A Lot, I think.
Nice.
Okay.
What else? Of course, we did a song with Killer Mike.
Right.
God, there's got to be more. Sarah Stokes from the band did a song with her.
Okay.
Nice.
Trillville. Was it Trillville? No, it was Travis Scott.
Oh,
We
shit.
did a song, but it never came out.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the people here, Ebony Eyes, when she had a deal with Capitol, I did a song with her for my compilation.
Hell yeah.
Which was Love, because it was she recorded it about 3 weeks after 7 Day Cycle came out. So
Oh, shit.
that was super Love.
Yeah.
And she never met me before. She just finally listened to the beat and was like, oh, this shit's hard, and came and did it.
Nice.
Yeah. Do I want to do placements? No. I do, but I don't, because I'm not really doing hip hop anymore.
Okay.
As much. It's kind of all electronic and like kind of this like hybrid of hip hop and trap and electronic and with drops, and so I kind of went towards a different direction musically in the last 2-3 years.
Yeah.
So I kind of took some time off because it wasn't the same as hip hop. It's
Sure.
way more complicated in my opinion, doing electronic music and having basically like 2 or 3 beats in one beat with all synced together.
Sure.
So I mean, in the future, like I want to work with people, but not in the same realm that have worked with people.
Yeah.
Not in the
Okay.
same way, not making the same
Different
type
approach.
of songs.
Yeah.
Different approach, different type of artists, different genres. That's why I started working with Sarah, because it was different.
Absolutely.
Sarah Shell. It was a different vibe, different beat. His music was completely different from rap.
Totally.
So I have to feel real inspired right now to do rap with someone, which I still do from time to time. But I kind of reserve that for someone who's amazingly good,
Sure.
or someone who I know who's amazingly good,
Right.
who I know personally.
Totally.
So that's where I'm at with that. As far as like features go, I still pursue it if it pops up, but for rap, it's not really my priority.
No, I
hear
feel
that.
you. I hear you. So, as a matter of fact, let's go ahead and speak on, like, since I know you do a lot of work with Sarah, go ahead and speak on that, man. Like, how you guys start working together?
It's a fun story. There was this EI Institute put on a summer tour called it's like the Vaderot Music Tour.
Okay.
And it was only for the Midwest Vaderot location. So basically, like the furthest we went was maybe eight hours away via bus. And Finsta hired me on to be a tour manager.
Nice.
Not tour manager, I'm sorry, but a stage manager. So
Okay.
I was my first run with them. I did it for a few summers. My first run, the way they had it set up was there'd be a talent show at EI school, and the best 4 or 5 would go on this tour.
Nice.
And they would do one song apiece.
Okay.
And they were all pretty trash. Tech. I got a harsh opinion. Like I'm a little straightforward.
You keep it real.
I try to. They were all really bad, but they're young. Except I was calling this one guy kid. I was like, "Hey kid," like I was really like D-boying these guys, and then I find out he sent me a Facebook friend request. I find out we were born in the same year, so I was calling this fucking 30+ old man kid. So that's pretty shitty. But yeah, so we were on the tour, and
What's up, kid?
a few
Hell no.
like, hey, we need you kids in this room over here. I was doing all type of shit to these guys, like no respect. So a few shows go by, and I refuse to watch these guys perform.
Yeah.
Right. Like I got a little whiff of it. It was really bad, so I was just stopped. Like some of these people never performed a day in their life.
Yeah.
So I'm on the third show. I was like, let me stop being an asshole. Let me check out, what they got. And they were all trash, like I thought, except for one. And that was Shell.
Yeah.
She was I knew she wasn't polished,
Sure.
but her voice was so beautiful and big.
Yeah.
And so magnetic. It instantly drew everyone in, even though I knew she wasn't polished.
Yeah.
So one day, on the first day on the way back, I just said, "Hey, you don't know who I am. My name's Tech Supreme. I'm a producer. I'm just, I just do the stage managing just because I was asked to. But I'd love to work with you."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, cool, awesome." So a couple weeks passed by, and we actually link up, and we recorded. Like she came to my studio, my home studio.
Yeah.
We did a song, and it was that was it. We kind of became best friends after that.
Nice.
And
Nice.
worked a lot, made a lot of records.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's what's up, man.
And she does. I mean, she puts a video out and everybody fucking watches it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome, man.
I'm very, very, very proud of Sarah. She's amazing. Shell. I gotta keep calling her real name. Shell.
Sure.
I do it all the time. There's a guy that we talk about on the show all the time called Pace's Lift that I say his wrong name all the time.
It's hard when you call someone something, but the world knows them as something else. I know people do it to me all the, like
Yeah.
they don't know what my name is. They
Sure.
just like Tech, Sebastian. What the fuck? Who do we call you? Sebastian's not even whatever. But it is what it is.
I love it. That's the way to be with it. So you use hardware when you're producing in your you use an Akai when you're producing in Ableton?
Yeah, I use a Kai. I also have the MPD something. I forgot the number, 20 or something
Sure.
like that. Or I use that. I have the Novation Launchpad. I use that sometimes. That's pretty much it.
Okay.
Just controller and computers.
Do you use do you DJ?
I do DJ.
Do you ever like scratch on your shit or do any kind of like DJ transitioning stuff? Does that ever factor into your like composition stuff?
I'm not really that good of a scratcher. Like
Sure.
this is not my thing. I can do it, but it's not really my thing. I'm not gonna scratch a hook in.
I'm more thinking like, do you ever like some of the stuff that I like juggling or not even juggling. I mean, I don't know. That's all. I know that's like real crazy advanced shit for DJs.
Juggle's not that hard.
Okay, well then shit. I know nothing about DJing.
I think scratching is you're either a scratch DJ or you're not. I don't think I'm gonna be a scratch DJ.
Sure.
Like I'm decent enough. You know what I'm saying? I can rock parties. I've
Yeah.
done that plenty of times. I can rock big shows. Done that plenty of times.
Yeah.
But scratching is just not my passion.
Sure.
And I'm the type of person that if it's not your passion, don't
Stay
do
away
it.
from it.
Like engineering, like all the records that I've done with those guys, they were all mostly recorded by me up until a certain point, and
Sure.
then we started going to you.
Sure.
But I don't have a passion for engineering.
Right.
Like, so if you don't have a passion for it, I don't think that's something you should do.
No,
I think that's a lot of
absolutely.
people's weakness is like they're trying to spread themselves too thin.
Totally.
Trying to cut corners. Like, don't. Just pay the person, hire your weakness. Pay the person that wants to do that, that loves that shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely. So, I guess what I was kind of getting at is, does DJing and your stuff with DJing influence your production in any way? Do you feel?
It does, absolutely. Especially with what I'm doing now. Like, I blended everything that we're hearing this morning because once you told me it was at 40 minutes, like I could just send you these beats, or I can just make 40-minute song, like beat loop, like you know what I'm saying, like mix.
Totally.
And
shit, whatever works.
Yeah. So ever since with the concept for my project that I've been working on for way too long, it's I want it all to be separate tracks on like Spotify or whatever, but I also want it to be one continuous mix.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I found myself, especially with this genre of music that I'm doing, I will start with just drum intros.
Sure.
Before I wouldn't necessarily do that. So that's how, that's kind of changed my view of it. I need a lead in and a lead out.
Yeah.
For mixing purposes.
Totally.
So that's definitely how I've brought that over there.
Absolutely. No, that makes good sense. That's awesome. That's a good tip.
Yeah.
People probably don't think about that outside of those genres right off the bat.
Well, yeah, with house and electronic, you'll even hear certain versions. You'll just hear like the regular version for the radio, but then you hear the extended version that will have that beat drop in the middle.
Totally.
So when you blend it together, it's hard. Like,
absolutely.
And even some rap records did that. I remember No Flex Zone did that. Which is a record you wouldn't expect to do that, but they did that where they had a DJ intro, basically.
Totally.
Okay.
DJ Who had me print the last record he was involved in, Death and Taxes. He had me print that whole thing down with fucking DJ intros and shit on it. I was like, what do you want me to do, man? Okay, I got you.
So, question, man. A lot of people we ask, especially being involved, and I know you've been guest judging for Fresh Produce a couple of times, man. So, tell us your experience, man. Like you just been judging Fresh Produce and just seeing the whole crowd and atmosphere of the Fresh Produce scene. Like, just give us your thoughts on that.
It's amazing. I think it's amazing.
Yeah.
I think it's the energy in that room. It's fucking amazing.
It's totally wild now.
Yeah. That's something that the scene should have had for a long time.
Yeah.
But it's so awesome they have it now.
Yeah.
And like so much talent too. Like,
it's
so
crazy
much
how a
talent.
guy will show up that, I mean, like, who goes and meets him beforehand now, a couple weeks before the rest of us? He'll show up and it'll be new to us, I feel like. I most of the guys I don't meet until the night of. And then they play some beats and I'm like, holy shit. Who the fuck is this kid?
I know, right?
Where is this guy hang out?
right?
Where?
Yeah.
What you deliver? You ride around and deliver Jimmy John's sandwiches, and nobody knows that you make these amazing beats and all this history that you have just because you're not maybe from here or we're not part of the scene already or something like that. I mean, I feel like our scene's pretty large and has a lot of reach, but. It's wild the new people to come in and like just fucking shit all over us. They're like, hey, check this out.
Like, dude, like it's just like recently, like with Last Fresh Produce, like shout out to Matthew Thurman.
Yeah.
First time coming through, one just landslides. I was
awesome.
So I was like, just someone like that. It was just like, what the fuck? I was like, I know, homie. I was just like, hey man, come through, do what you do. And he saw it. Came through, did what he did. I mean, and that's the kind of shit I love to see.
That's fucking awesome.
Dude, and that's what I'm saying. It's shit like that, like what Matt's talking about, just brand new faces. Like you say, you can be someone in Jimmy John's or someone that's making six figures. Just come through and just play some beats.
Fucking right.
You know what's dope? As a producer,
Right.
going to see that, it just revitalizes your energy.
Right.
And I've been doing this for a fucking long time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like I need that boost sometimes, that
Totally.
creative energy boost.
Yep.
Like it definitely fucking helps.
Hell yeah.
Like
No,
just to see it.
It's really interesting because then you're like, well, I could have done it this flip. You guys got that sample. I could have done that sample this way.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I ain't gonna lie and say like I never had that thought before. It was like I was like,
Oh, that was funny about a couple of months ago we did one and Just Time was there and he's like, he had given the sample to Pace's Lift who sponsored the show and had picked that sample. He said I had given that sample to him years and years ago. And I still think that people could have flipped it a little differently. I'm like, what the fuck, man? You just heard 8 dudes flip it. How did you not hear at least like the way you thought it could have been?
you'd be surprised, man. Like, dude, go on like whosample.com and just go on like just some kind of well-known sample. It's like literally some samples got like 50 fucking versions of the same song.
Right.
Like
yeah.
it's crazy, dude.
Well, shit, there's some amazing fucking breaks out here, man.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you, man. So let me ask you this, man. I know you say you've been dabbling more into the EDM realm at this point. Have you ever thought about going in any other genres or just focusing just on this genre right now as your mainstay?
I mean, EDM has 1,000 different subgenres.
That's true.
Like, it's an insane amount.
Yeah.
So I've been working on like house records, which I love doing. Like, I love it. And then you have the EDM trap, which is what I think most people are right now familiar with.
Sure.
Then you have the pop EDM.
Yeah.
You have deep house. You have fucking jungle. You know, like you have dubs. You know what I'm saying? And Spec has been trying to get me to do dubstep for like 10 years, and I was just like, nope. And now like I love that shit. You know, like I'm late as fuck to that party. But you know, like as far as other genres are concerned, I've already, you know, like I'm pretty much been rap, hip hop, and then like R&B, pop, and now EDM. So like I can't go. I don't know where else to go. Country. I hate country music.
Make some country records.
I hate country. I hate it.
Oh, start to love it. Change it. Change the face of country.
Go to reggae. Go to.
You know what? I don't like reggae either. I mean, I like reggae, but I don't love reggae. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'll leave that to the reggae people.
There you go.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, brother.
So hey, so you do some other stuff, right? I mean, didn't you have a little hand in making the rap fan design?
Yeah. I do graphic designs, which is something that was born out of necessity, that has totally taken over.
Yeah.
A lot of my life, but it's awesome. Got into graphic design. I don't know what year it was. 2005, 4, 5.
Okay.
I was we needed covers.
Sure.
Be Hollywood from Metaphor Experience. I needed a cover. Family Affair needed a cover.
Yeah.
And I had picked up a copy of Photoshop 5. And it was given to me by Art Minor, and kind of fell in love with it. I've always been drawing as growing up, and I was doing art and stuff, but I never had the application for it. So when I realized something when I started doing the covers for the group for $87 billion Click, which is what we used to call ourselves. That the covers at Vintage Vinyl, like on the local rack, mine looked better, than most of the other local people.
Yeah.
And I was working at Shrewd with Finston Solo at the time. Shrewd Marketing Promotions did all the major record label advertisements, the posters that you would see on the pole going all the way up.
Yeah.
We would do that. And then I would also take artists when they came to town, and we would show them around or whatever. But I built up a rapport with the DJs, and I was working on Photoshop at the same time and working on music. And then one day, I saw something that they had ordered from someone else for like this big event, 5,000 flyers, 100 posters.
Yeah.
And it was kind of trash. And I was at the point, I was like, I'm pretty confident in myself. So I whipped one together and sent it to them.
Yeah.
To like the head DJ of Dirty DJs. And he loved it. And that's like my clientele immediately was Dirty DJs, and then like other artists, and like it was Pretty Willie was in the first days.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
I had a friend who owned a club, so they were using me.
Yeah.
And then it kind of just grew from that. And
Totally.
that's how my graphic company started.
Yeah. Illustrious Vision.
Illustrious Vision.
Yeah.
And it's always been, at first it was like tech production designs. But then I just separated it and did Illustrious Visions. And
Yeah.
I've been doing that. I haven't worked a regular job in 8 years.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
That. I mean, that is my job, my business.
That's your main business?
For 8 years.
Wow.
That's what's
Okay.
up.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, that music, and now I teach music
Where are you teaching
Yes.
music?
Where do you teach?
at a Catholic school.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah.
How'd you feeling today?
I know the guy who's like the dean of students at this middle school, and he's been he always knew about the music, and he just reached out to me like earlier this summer, and he was just like, hey, you want to teach? And I've already been teaching with Ronnie Notch at the Microsoft
Right.
Notes for Life. I did that for like 2 years. So I already had some experience with it, and I've also done like after school classes at Cahokia High School. Through like just people knowing me and knowing I do music, and hey, you want to show this class this? And I was like, yeah, sure. So I started doing that this year, and that's been really crazy fun and amazing. And I'm teaching kids Ableton, like
Nice.
something that's super complicated. Like I don't know if you guys have looked at Ableton, but
Yeah, that's
you look
why.
at it,
Yeah,
it's
that's
just like, all right, what next?
Yeah, I think that's what took me so long to get on the board with it. It's
Yeah.
like,
Well, but yeah, they all got it, and they made they can make beats. A bunch of 6th, 7th, 8th graders making beats in Ableton.
that's what's up.
That's
So-
incredible.
Nice.
Hey, I just want to step back real quick and just say that Tech is you did the design for Suburban Pro's shirts and stuff that we push, and I just love it, man. Everybody gives us the biggest compliments about it and shit, man. You
That's
just
awesome.
murdered that. I love it.
That's awesome. I don't get a chance to do what I did with that shirt, which is hand draw it.
Yeah.
But I did, and you liked it. I was like, thank God.
Oh, it was amazing.
Yeah.
It's incredible. I love it. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome, man.
So let me ask you this, man. What would you say is the biggest project you've done so far as an actual designer?
Oh my God, dude. I've done stuff with Budweiser.
Nice.
I just got maybe 2 months ago, I did the Keisha Cole album. Not album, but like promotional rollout.
Nice.
I've done stuff for, pageant events. I do that pretty consistently now, but not through the pageant, but through a promoter through the pageant. But I'm doing a lot of those. I've done business branding from West Coast to East Coast.
Nice.
Wow. Yeah, a lot of stuff, man. Like I've done billboards. I've done billboards in other cities. It's kind of hard to pinpoint, but I've done graphic wise. I've done a lot. I guess the only thing I haven't done is like national, like truly national, like ad campaigns.
Sure.
But
that's pretty big.
Yeah. Like I'm gonna get there for
Fuck
sure.
yeah, that's the big money, brother.
Yeah, I know.
So what would you say is like one of your personal favorites?
Design wise,
Yeah.
I don't have one.
You don't have one?
No, I don't. Like it changes so much. Like the stuff that would have impressed me 3 years ago or last year is trash now to me. You know, because I'm the dude. I constantly learn. I constantly upgrade.
That's the mentality to have.
I learned this from one of my homies, Joe Lombardi. He's a videographer in Cali. And when I first met him, he would just literally do a job and then take that money and flip it and buy something else.
Yep.
And we were talking about that one day, and he was like, well, the more weapons you have, the better chance you have of winning the war. So that kind of stuck with me. And then, you know, he's much younger than me, so like a young guy schooled me on some shit with that quote. So I've always been the type to like just elevate, you know, because I started with the Casio keyboard with the speakers on top.
Yeah.
I got hooked up with Soul Tide. You guys remember Soul Tide?
Yeah.
I got hooked up with Soul Tide off of a beat tape that I made off of the MTV Music Generator program. Do you guys remember that video game?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we
like-
talk about it on the show regularly.
It's fucking awesome.
Hell yeah.
To me, that was before I actually had my keyboard. It was the shit.
Yeah.
Like, it fucking saved me.
Totally.
So like I've always been a big fan of taking what you have and using that to elevate you to the next level, to get big, to do bigger and bigger and bigger.
Absolutely, yeah. You
So,
gotta
like-
take it and flip it.
Yeah. So that my entire career has been that. So I'm gonna keep doing that. Well, whatever I have, I'm gonna max it out.
Yeah.
Until I get to that next level, and then I'm gonna max that out until I keep going.
Totally.
So that works the same with graphics and music.
I don't think enough people realize how much that's like. I feel like that is the success story of so many people. That's the mentality of the whole studio. I've never taken money and made, like, the money that the studio makes is the money that the studio keeps. Like, I don't take a paycheck out of the studio outside of like the hours that I work, like, and get paid an hourly rate. Like,
Yeah.
I don't have at the end of the year, we don't get a bonus or anything. It's like, hell yeah, I own in the studio. No, it's like you got to flip it back in so that you can get better shit. So you can make
It's a constant. You have to grow constantly.
always.
Like
But
one
I
of
don't think people will take that money and they'll flip that from the flip and they'll go, sweet,
yeah, like
cashed out.
you gotta like, especially with music, you gotta, like, it's changing. It
Yeah.
changes constantly. Like I can't do the same thing I was doing last year.
Totally.
Like I can't have the same sounds I was having last year. Like
Right.
I have to grow. I have to learn how to do sound design. I have to learn how to invest. You have to invest. You
Absolutely.
gotta invest.
Exactly.
And you say the main thing that I always try and tell people too, and I don't think people have that mentality, and I think that's what holds them back, is that you're gonna always think the shit you did last year is bullshit, and there's never, I hope, gonna be a time in your life that you don't feel that way, because otherwise you're plateaued and you're like, think your head's big on your own shit or something like that. But like, if you recognize that, then you have to always just keep moving. You just have to keep going and keep creating and keep just be prolific. Be doing as much as you can, get better, do different hustles, whatever. Because you're always gonna feel like, no matter what, last year's shit was not as good as this shit that I'm doing right now. And I think people don't get real with themselves on that. Like, if that's how it is, then you got to keep moving. You gotta whatever block is in front of you, you got to get past that. Stop that. Don't let that be a block. It all starts with baby steps somewhere. You know what I mean?
Right.
But some people don't see that end goal as being like constantly refined. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So let me ask you this, man. So what's one of the main like lessons that you're like, oh man, Well, I fucked up on this. Well, let me not do data ever again. So what was
Oh.
so what was
I
something?
don't know if I can answer that and
Like-
not like shit on people.
Okay.
Next
What-
question.
I won't be a stage manager again.
Oh no, that was actually great. That's
Well,
what
let's put it like
was
this.
fantastic.
Well, let's put it like this. Well, let's say that didn't deal with people.
Okay.
That didn't deal with people.
So lessons that I've learned that I won't do that again.
Get
I
a
did-
deposit.
Well, I think the that's a tough question. I don't think I have an answer for that because there's so many lessons that have learned.
Well, give me one of the real good ones you learned. Like, just give me one of them. Give me one of them.
Never be afraid to travel in the unknown. Like, if it scares you, do that.
There you go.
That's what I've learned. Like, I just left this genre that I grew up with, and it made me stronger in that genre, in hip hop. Actually,
Sure.
like so when I make hip hop records, they're better now because I have another world of experience, like musically, that I can bring into that.
Yeah.
So do something that's, and then even with life, period. Like, if it scares you, just do it. Like if you're scared to put out a record, do it. That's I'm really big. Like lately, like last maybe 6 months, I kind of hit a wall that I never thought I'd hit. That other people I've seen them hit, where they like work on something so much and so long that they're not putting anything out.
Oh, yeah.
And it's easy to do. I fell into it. It's easy to do it. You're using a second guess yourself. Like, no, it's not right. But it's because it's scary to put out something. But one thing I've learned is everyone is one away.
Yeah.
That's it. You are one record away, and your whole life can change in a year. And that's a beautiful thing about doing music, is that being one away is a rare thing.
Exactly.
Right? Like, success does not is you can't be a graphic designer and one piece of art you're away from success.
Sure.
But music you can. So the best thing to do as a musician, producer, rapper is to put out as much as possible.
Yeah.
And we're in an age where we can do that.
Totally.
So just put out as much stuff as possible and see what sticks when you throw it against the wall. See what sticks.
Absolutely. Shotgun approach instead of a rifle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
And it's something that earlier I was just pull the trigger. Like, pull the trigger, boom, we got to go. It was like a lot of stress and pressure. Let's go do this. We were putting out records back to back to back to back. And you can't be afraid to do that.
Yeah.
You can't. You have to maintain doing that, because there's a dude right now in his mom's backyard shooting jumpers better than anybody in the NBA, but he's just stuck in that backyard. There's a kid right now in the basement making beats better than anything I've ever done.
Yeah.
If he doesn't put it out though.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the pitfalls of talent is waiting for. Everyone thinks with talent, the talented people feel like it's gonna come to them.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna hear it and it's gonna naturally come. But then you have this guy over here who's not as talented, who's gonna push that shit in front of everyone's fucking face.
Yep.
Right? And then you're gonna look up and he's gonna be further.
Totally.
Yep.
Because he just did it.
Yep.
So you just have to fucking do it.
I think people think that the industry is a magical thing and that somebody's just gonna come along and swoop you up and be like, "Hey, guess what? You're the lucky guy."
You know what the industry is? It's money.
It's money. It's a job.
Like, you being good
everything's calculated.
It has nothing to do with
No.
you being good. It has
Yeah.
everything to do with how much money you can put into it.
Yep.
And it's kind of makes sense.
Totally.
Because if it was about talent, then it would be completely different if it was about talent.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
It's just not. It's about money.
So people got to realize, like, if you're the one out here hustling, producing these, these revenue streams for yourself, that's going to be what is appealing to any larger label, like any bigger business that's going to, like, how do businesses get bought out? They get bought out because some bigger business sees them be like, "Oh shit, I see you there. Let's come work with me instead." And that's exactly, like, people don't think about the music business in that way at all. It's like, but it's like, it's a fucking business.
It's a business. So the best thing you can do is monetize it for yourself.
Yes.
And you don't need to be on to do that.
No.
I saw a video the other day and it said Cardi B has competition, and it was a video of Snow the Product. And I'm like, no, Cardi B is fine. Snow the Product's been getting it for years.
Yeah.
She's been popping for years. She's super talented and getting that money.
Yeah, I know.
Because she's monetized herself.
Totally.
Like she's found a way.
I bet they make similar paychecks.
They probably make very similar paychecks.
yeah.
Only difference is there's not anyone over Snow making a bigger fucking paycheck
Sure.
like there is with in a situation where Cardi is
Sure.
with Atlantic. Like whatever you're getting, whatever you see someone get,
Yeah.
there's a label making 10,
That's what I'm saying.
100 times
Fuck
that.
all that, man.
You can can get that yourself.
Yeah, and you're not. You get to make the decisions. You get to be the artist. You get to do the things you want. Like I'm sure there's gonna be a point at which, I mean, every artist is subject to having to fulfill obligations to some larger entity. You know what I mean? Nobody's out from underneath that. Every single one.
Absolutely.
On a major label, and that's tight. For me, my mentality could not hold up to that. Like I could not do that. I'd rather be just like, hey, I'm cool. I'm good. I make enough. Mm-hmm. My art is pure to what I want it to be, and I'm able to just focus on how I want it to be.
Yeah, I mean, like compared to like the 10 years ago, wanting to be on, you know what I'm saying? I make music and do art as a living.
Right.
And I live comfortably.
There you go.
And I live very nice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I live in a very nice
neighborhood. And your stress
neighborhood.
from it is from
Not
those
really,
activities.
too hard.
It maybe is like, it's your own stress. You get to decide it. You don't have to like wear somebody else's stress put on to you.
Yeah. But now, if something bigger comes across, of course, I'm all for it.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? But like, I'm not unhappy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. If Tef Poe gets signed up tomorrow and he's bigger than Kendrick in a year, and we're all fucking under the biggest gun that we've ever been. I mean, sure, let's get it. But I'm also cool with not doing that.
Yeah. It's just like, I don't know. As age comes, your definition of success changes.
Totally.
You know what I'm saying?
My success is like being happy at night.
Yeah.
Can I spend time with my friends? Can I go do experience life things that are fun? Like, can I throw a beat battle every month? That's really tight to me. Like, I don't really need more than that. That's fun.
I just went to Mexico for the second time.
Hell yeah.
In 4 months, and spent a week there each time.
Woo.
I'm all right.
There you go.
It's all good.
There you go.
You know, so.
And my dream and hope right now is just to make sure this shit gets big as a motherfucker.
Yeah.
And I see it. So I've been putting work in this shit. We all been putting in work in this shit. So
I know. I seen it. Y'all guys out there looking good.
Yeah, we're definitely doing it, man. Every day. Every damn day, man.
So if somebody's trying to get a hold of you, man, how do they find you online?
At Tech Supreme on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, /Tech Supreme on Facebook.
There you go.
Or just type in Sebastian Lee on Facebook. www.techsupreme.net.
Nice.
www.illustriousvisions.com for graphics.
Yeah.
And that's it. And Google Tech Supreme STL because Tech Supreme brings up Supreme Court. It's weird.
Woo.
But yeah, that's how you get in contact with me.
Awesome.
Hell yeah. Any final thoughts you want to give to the world out there, brother?
I assume producers listen to this a lot more. Like, what's your demographics? Producers?
Actually, it's been all over. I've been noticing. Like,
I feel like we get music lovers.
Music lovers in general.
Producers
like,
are probably it's a pretty heady show. I think.
Whatever you do that shit better than anybody can do it.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to leave with. Just be better than everybody else.
Just be better.
There you go.
That's it.
I like it.
There you go.
Simple.
Fuck yeah.
That one's hard to misinterpret.
Yeah.
Simple yet profound.
Yeah.
Simple yet profound.
Perfect, man. Well, this has been another episode of Fruit of the Boom.
Episode 30.
Boom, boom, boom.
Boom, boom. Fruit of the Boom. So thanks again to our guest, Tech Supreme. Brother, thank you again so much for coming and blessing us.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. Honor was all ours. Thank you, man. Appreciate it, man. So, episode 30, this will be out very, very soon.
I think it'll be out on like the 15th, I think is what it's maybe going to be. If that's a Monday.
If that's a Monday.
If that's a Monday. Is it a Monday? Do you think does today feel like a Monday and the 15th? It probably does, you guys, because that's what today is. The 15th.
So make sure you check us out, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, Mixcloud, now Anchor. Check us all out on there, Fruit of the Boom Podcast. Check us out on all social media at Fruit Boom Pod. Just type it out. We on there. And check us out on our website at freshproducestl.com/Fruit of the Boom.
Yup.
So, holla at y'all next time. Peace.
Peace.